Virginia Motor Speedway Hometown Heroes segment with 2010 Victory Lap late model champion Scott Adams of Chester, Virginia. Of course, the driver, the number 2. Changed the number up this year.
That's right. We need to go with a little different luck. So we changed the number up, and it seemed last year it brought us some with it. So we stayed with it this year, and it seems to be bringing the same luck as it did last year. So hopefully we can keep it up throughout the year.
Currently leading the points in the Victory Lap late models. Got a win on the season. One of 3 different winners in the Victory Lap late models. Man, this is an ultra competitive division. Not yet again this year.
Oh yeah, it seems like every year down here we have a good number of competitors that show up and make it difficult to get wins out here. When you get a win here at VMS, it's saying something, and you know you're fast that week. So we've been lucky to come away with a few wins here lately, and we started off the year really well this year, and we got us one knocked out early, so we can go after some more the rest of the year, and hopefully we can beat the rest of this competition. I know there's going to be a lot of good guys showing up each week, and I'm looking forward to it.
Scott, when you look at last year, and hindsight's 2020, you won the championship, but what do you think brought on that success?
By far the work that goes on at the shop. It's you definitely win championships at the shop. So I can't thank Bubba Hubbard enough. He's been tuning on this thing. It's 3rd year now, and we've definitely gotten this thing fast. All his hard work during the week at the shop, and when we get here to the racetrack, those wheels never quit turning to find speed in this thing. And I can't thank him enough, and Doug for all his hard work at the shop, making sure we don't have any mechanical failures. It's you definitely, the way you win races and the way you win championships is being there at the end, and that's what this race team is doing, and it's just a pleasure driving this race car.
It is nice having a championship caliber crew chief behind you. He won a championship before here, but even before you. But this year, what is it going to take to stay on top?
Definitely consistency again, but I think last year we were very consistent. We ended up coming away, with 1 win. We should have had 2 or 3, but I think this year it's going to take a few more wins, and we're definitely, with the hard work that these guys are putting into this race car, and just me out there on the racetrack trying to put us in positions to win. I think it's definitely going to take a few more wins this year to get the championship, especially with the caliber of drivers out here. With Tim Shelton, I mean, he's been running real consistent, and you have somebody like David Williams on your coattails too. I mean, he's well known throughout the Mid-Atlantic region, and it's a pleasure running against all these guys, and it's a lot of fun running up front with them.
Consistency has been the key. First 3 races for you, a first and what I think on top of my head 2 seconds.
Yes, sir. A first and 2 seconds. It's definitely by far probably one of the best starts to a racing season that I've had ever in both go-karts and in late models. And I like I said this whole time, it's due to these guys behind me turning the wrenches on this thing. It makes my job a lot easier when they give me a car this good week in and week out to come out here and try to win races.
Now, you're a full-time fireman. On your personal life, how difficult is it to kind of balance that, being a fireman and racing at the same time?
It actually it makes it probably a lot simpler than a lot of jobs. I work a lot of 24-hour shifts, so that cuts down on some of the days during the week that I have to work. So I have more time to work on the race car and help these guys out, and it gives me a little time off to get some work done on the race car. So it helps out a lot, and it gives me a lot of days off to race. So
next race for the late model class here is going to be the return of the Steel Block Bandits. The stakes have been raised a little bit. It's not $2,000 to win this year. It's $3,000 to win. Last year you had a great run. In fact, one of our locals, Matt Marshall, won. You had a great run, and I think if not for some circumstances, you had a shot at that win last year. Well, why do you think our guys have such a shot at the win with the Steel Block Bandits?
Well, it's like we were saying, the competition level down here is really, really high. So even when you bring in some of the top competitors up and down the East Coast to come in and race with us, they're still going to have some troubles winning. It takes a lot to get a win here on a Saturday night, and it's going to take a lot for those guys to come in here and beat us. This is our home track. This is where we run week in and week out. This is where we're tuning on these race cars every week. So the fact that it's our home racetrack, but not only that, I mean, we have a lot of good competitors up here, a lot of good drivers, and you know, we're tough to beat. So we're not a walk in the park to come down here and beat us.
Now, Bill pays well on a weekly basis, but to win a $3,000 to win race, what would that mean to you?
Oh, it'd mean a lot. We came close last year. We you know, we won our heat race, started on the pole, ran second behind Matt most of the race, and we started to run him down there towards the end. But we had two back-to-back cautions late in the race, and you know, the tires cooled down and sealed over and never refired, and you know, we slid on back a few positions. But you know, we learned something last year in this race, and I believe we have the car a lot better than we did last year. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think we're gonna be a contender. We're gonna be running up front, and we'd like to take home that big paycheck.
Now, for you, racing is a huge family affair. Mom and Dad support your racing so much. They're here every week with you. Dad spends countless hours, I'm sure, working on the car as well.
Yeah, I couldn't do it without them. They you know, they've stuck behind me my entire racing career. You know, I started racing go-karts when I was 7, and we raced all through go-karts and moved up to late models and started coming out here racing, and you know, they haven't missed, you know, one single race. So I definitely couldn't do it without them and their support, and it means a lot to me to have them out here each week.
Well, you never want to put the horse before the cart before the horse, but you know, what would it mean to win a second back-to-back championship in the Victory Lap Late Models?
That would mean the world to me. A lot of good drivers have come through here and couldn't do it. You know, we've had Walker Arthur, Austin Hubbard. A lot of guys come through and couldn't win back-to-back championships, and it's definitely a tough feat to overcome with the caliber of drivers that we have out here. And you know, like I was saying, I think we're going to need a few more wins this year to get the job done. But any race team out here, I think we have the best shot at it. Just with the guys behind me and the car, you know, I think we can get the job done.
He is your 2010 Victory Lap Late Model champion, current point leader. He's the driver of the #2 Southern Police Equipment Rocket. He is Scott Adams. I'm Dave C., and this has been another edition of Hometown Heroes.